High perspective psychologists present 17 psychology tips for reading people's thoughts and character instantly when meeting someone for the first time. In general, our minds are definitely filled with curiosity about the nature of that person's character and thoughts. For that reason, it is important for us to know how to, according to psychology experts, humans communicate when two or more individuals interact. 50% of the message they really want to convey comes from body language, 38% comes from the tone or intonation of the voice, and only the remaining 7% comes from the words spoken that are meaningful when we meet. For someone for the first time, we have to consider the three factors mentioned above besides paying attention to appearance. So if you want to know what other people think when they first pay attention to the following clues. Number 1. Eye contact. There is a saying that the eyes are the window. Be careful how to know which type of eye contact is given. You have to be able to consider the context. For example, if someone really can't take their eyes off you, then it could mean that he is interested or likes you. I think high. On the other hand, when you make eye contact with your fellow and then he can't look back at you, then it could be a sign that he is feeling nervous or hiding something. Then if you are talking to an individual whose gaze makes you feel uncomfortable, especially if his eyes don't blink, it could be a sign that he is lying. Number 2. Eyebrows. If you want to see how comfortable the person is when talking to you, look at their eyebrows. There are three main emotions that make people's eyebrows raise, namely surprise, worry and fear. Try raising your eyebrows when you're chatting. Relaxing with your closest friends will definitely be difficult, right? Hey, well, if you're talking to someone and they raise their eyebrows even though the topic of your conversation does not cause surprise, worry or fear, it means that the individual feels uncomfortable. Number 3. Smiles. In terms of smiling, the mouth and lips can lie, but not the eyes. It should be known that a truly sincere smile is a smile that reaches the eyes and creates wrinkles. People around them often smile to hide what they are really thinking and feeling. So next time, if you want to know whether someone else's smile is genuine or not, pay attention to the wrinkles around their eye area. If there are no wrinkles, then that means they are hiding something. Number 4. What to say when. If you meet someone for the first time and they constantly talk about positive things such as praising their partner or co-workers, then it is likely that the individual has a pretty good personality. Research shows that the more often someone positively evaluates each other as a good person, polite, loving and polite, then it is very likely that he also has these characteristics, and vice versa. If he often talks about bad things, then that person tends to also have the same character. Number 5. Paralanguage. Paralanguage is a form of nonverbal communication such as hand movements, facial expressions, body posture and shaking the head. Basically, paralanguage is a good way to find out what the person we are talking to is thinking by paying attention to all aspects. For example, if someone uses a monotone tone to respond to what you say, then it is very likely that they don't like or are not interested in the words you say. Then if someone uses sarcasm, indicates that what they really want to say is the opposite of what they say. So pay attention to the emphasis the person you are talking to when speaking and see how their pronunciation can give you a clue about their true intentions. Number 6. Glance sideways. When you meet someone, if they are really enthusiastic about meeting you, remember that his body will definitely be facing towards you, and he will also make eye contact on the other side. If you meet an individual who immediately glances to the side when they meet you, then that is body language that shows that they want to go to high. Number 7. Frequency of nodding. In general, nodding is a sign of agreeing with something, but it should be noted that if someone nods excessively, then it may indicate that they are worried about an agreement when giving instructions to, for example, a friend or subordinate, and they nod excessively, it means they are worried about something. What you think and wonder whether their ability to follow instructions is doubtful or not. Number 8. Chin and jaw. When humans are trying to make a decision, rubbing their chin and looking up and down or to the side is something they tend to do, and this indicates hard thinking. Then a clenched jaw indicates that someone is experiencing deep stress and feels uncomfortable with the situation around them. Apart from that, those who clench their jaw when communicating also indicate that the epic conversation with the other person may be leading to something they are worried about, or they are focusing on something else that is causing stress. Number 9. Body posture. Body posture can actually provide some clues about a person's level of self-confidence. For example, if someone walks upright with their shoulders back and looks straight ahead, this indicates that they feel good about themselves and are also confident. But if there is an individual who slouches and looks away down when they walk, then this may indicate low self-esteem and lack of self-confidence. Number 10. Rubbing hands. Has been believed by many experts that hand movements can reflect our thoughts. When a person rubs his hands together, in general, it indicates that he has different feelings, good about something and also confident that something amazing will happen soon in the future. 11. Handshakes. By just shaking hands or shaking hands, you can quickly find out about other people's character and personality traits. High. Those who have a gentle handshake tend to be obedient, and obedient, on the other hand, a strong and hard handshake shows a tendency to like to dominate. In addition to the strength of a long handshake, It turns out that it can also reveal the contents of one's thoughts. If someone only briefly shakes hands with you max, it shows that he doesn't want to have a deep relationship with you. On the other hand, a handshake old indicates that the person intends to build a deep relationship with you. Number 12. Lean in. If someone leans towards you when you are talking, then this shows that he is interested in what you are saying, and has respect for you. Then when you are talking and someone approaches and then leans towards you, it shows that he wants to confide in you.
Apart from that, if someone leans back or moves their body away from you when the person is talking, it shows that the person is bored with the topic of your conversation and may feel uncomfortable. Number 13. Ways holding a baby. Okay, maybe some of you think this is strange, but the way you hold a baby can actually reveal a lot. If you meet someone for the first time and they happen to have just become a mother or father, try to see which arm is used to hold the baby. Their studies show that happy people tend to carry their babies using their left arm, while stressed and depressed mothers tend to carry their babies using their right arm. Number 14. Crossed legs and arms. Have you ever met someone who crosses their legs or arms when you are talking? Hi, if you are on a date for the first time or are trying to give feedback to your friend and then they cross their legs or arms, then this is not a good sign. Crossed arms and legs are a physical barrier. That shows that someone is not open and does not like what you are saying. Psychologically, crossed legs or arms indicates that there is something that is blocking both physically, mentally, and emotionally. Therefore, even though people are smiling and engaged in pleasant conversation, it does not mean that they are always open and agree with everything that is said. If their arms and legs are crossed even though the legs are in the same direction, BSA also reveals a lot. If someone likes you, then both feet will point towards you when you are talking. Hi, then if someone wants to leave, then he will point his feet towards the door when you are communicating with him. Number 15. A person's shoes can actually give you a lot of information about human character and personality. Research results shows that the type of shoes chosen can accurately reflect a person's personality. For example, people who are easily nervous tend to have shoes that are always new or shoes that are always clean. Then friendly individuals tend to like wearing practical shoes, and then those who are aggressive tend to like boots. Number 16. A person's appearance. How people dress and present themselves can say a lot about them. Personally, styling their hair neatly, wearing clothes that have been ironed, and paying attention to overall style shows that they are detailed and like to pay attention to the little things. High. Meanwhile, people who don't styling their hair neatly and liking to wear casual clothes may have their last creative streak. Looking unkempt and smelly could indicate a lazy and slovenly nature. Number 17. Imitates body language. If you have never tried reading body language, maybe this is something you are not aware of. Remember, in the future, if someone imitates your body language, this means that they feel something very good from you, so they want to align themselves with you. This also indicates that the conversation went well and the other party received your message well. The action of imitating body language is done unconsciously, because basically no human being deliberately wants to imitate other people, but when we feel comfortable with someone, then we have a tendency to imitate what they do. Hi, some of us are quite skilled at reading other people's signs and body language, while some of us are. For those who can't do it, reading other people's thoughts and behavior is not easy, but if you can do it, then this will definitely help you a lot. Of course, every individual is different from one another, so perhaps some of the psychology tricks above cannot be 100% accurate, even though they are so easy. Hopefully, with the 17 psychology tips that we have shared, you can become better at reading other people's minds and character.